that's all it is.
Yeah, honey, I know. I know. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you coming on. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, honey. Yeah, I'm in the studio. I'm about to go. Damn, yeah, it was only 1 or 2 pictures, and it was just 'cause. 10, yeah. It was 10. You counted them. Huh. Well, I liked them all because she had a fat ass. I gotta go. Love you, bye. Taking no shorts. Coming right up.
We talking about practice. Not a game. We talking about practice.
Now I gotta talk, we all gotta be quiet. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, woo, wheeling dealing, limousine riding.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
And now your host, Taking No Shorts podcast, Jay Grizzy.
Yeah, let's keep that going. Hold on. Yeah. I thank you, Tootie. I don't know how long I've been going with that echo, so. But the IG got me good. I apologize, y'all, for the audio. It's just me tonight because Richmond ain't got no water or had no water. Back to the point I was making. After everybody hearing that echo the whole time. That's so embarrassing. You got 15 minutes of me. Whoa. All right. Y'all don't want to hear no more of that. But imagine getting a phone call from your government saying, get out of your house now. And you're like, fuck you. Y'all done told me all kinds of stuff before. I'm staying. And then next thing you know, 5 minutes later, you're surrounded by fires. I can see that happening. But let's say you heed the government warning, evacuate. You get out of your home. You're thinking about your home, your valuables, the memories, the things you got. Where am I gonna go? What am I gonna do? All of this stuff is going through your head, or should be going through your head. And then imagine you get an alert on your device thinking it's a text message from a loved one, your family member, the government giving you instructions or some shit. No, it's the insurance company saying your policy is canceled right now.
A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit.
Your policy is canceled as of the time this email is dated when we sent it. So anything after that, we not trying to hear that shit. And really, they not saying that. They saying your policy is canceled. So anything after that, we ain't trying to hear it. And you know we're gonna give you a hard time about anything you say for this timestamp on that goddamn email. But you got the nerve enough to do this while someone, a homeowner or a family or business, is going through the horrible tragedy of losing their home or losing a loved one or losing anything to a fire. Now, this is alleged because, I mean, if you put me on the spot and make me cite the article, because I saw it online. I know shit can get fugazed a little bit. But there are people saying that the insurance companies are now dropping people in the middle of a catastrophe. So hopefully, ladies and gentlemen, if you raise enough voice, they'll change that. Because that simply isn't right. Now, I know it's 2025. People people don't do right and wrong no more. Everything is you know, is how Fred Sanford say, everything can be justified if you figure out a way to keep saying it. But I'm a black Gen Xer.
Exactly.
My spine don't bend like that. There's some stuff that's just plain wrong. Now, whether you have the ability to do something about the wrong, that's a different point, argument, conversation. But just to have the ability to say that is wrong and hit enough people to say that is wrong and we're going to do something about it. That's what they don't, not they. That in this case, if it was folks pushing back on the insurance companies, that's what the insurance companies don't want. They don't want folks. They say we do this. You know, what can they do? We do this. We deny coverage left and right. You know, this is what we do. To quote Mark Henry, the world's strongest man. It's a wrestling reference. But they can't get away with it if we the people allow it. I could take that to the politics thing, but I swear, OG, I'm not doing that no more. It's half of the reasons why I don't have no hair on my head now. So I pray, I hope, good people do the right thing and taking care of people that have been affected by the tragedy in LA. And for folks who, here's the encouraging thing, and where I live in the county, I saw local officials in action. You can't, people want to throw blame. I saw some posts online and to be fair, I'll give you my take on that, being a resident or used to be a resident in the city. Like, yeah, the infrastructure been bad for a long, long time, but that's just not unique to Richmond. That's all around the country. That's still no excuse, The funds, if you want to pay more property tax and all, this is the argument I have with the young folk that want change. I'm a progressive. I'm on your side. There is no such thing. Unless you're talking revolution, then all right, then we. And that's what I mean. That's what I think the young folk want, and that's what they gonna get if we don't sit down and pay attention to what the F is going on. But yeah, the infrastructure in Richmond is bad, been bad. Plenty of people in leadership or administrations, local and state and federal, could have done something to shore up 100 or past 100. Because I think there's a pump house down at the Nickel. We used to call it the Nickel Bridge in the West End, or the Dime Bridge. But if you go to Bird Park, there's a bridge there, and there's an old pump house that, if you go down river or upriver a little bit, I want to say that was built in the 1890s or the 19 teens. So yeah, it's over 100 years old. And that same pump house, they just pushed it upriver a little bit to where it is now. Don't know when that was done. I think I saw 1950s. So 50s to here, 70 years probably since the maintenance been done. So that's gonna happen. So but again, natural disasters is gonna happen. Don't know how. And I do know in Richmond they lost power, but they didn't have the folks in. So they calling for people's heads everywhere in the city government. Anyway, to make a long story short, because I think I'd have made it short, considering y'all couldn't hear me. Thank you, Tootie. I would not have known. Just the folks on IG would have got it. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch would have just been hearing that Charlie Brown all day. Well, I refuse to pay somebody to do something I can do for myself. I'm gonna say refuse because shout out to 804E.
Exactly.
He produced the first, say, 10 episodes of Taking No Shorts Pod. I learned so much from that brother. He really good if you need to reach out to him for any music, video projects, music project. He's more a music guy, music producer, I would say, but he's a chef, music producer, videographer, somebody, shout out to Illa Styles, put me on to him. And he was like, yo, man, just what you do, you just boom, 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 boom. And still to this day, I'm working out the kinks, as you can tell, because he showed me so much. But I knew what he was saying. I was like, yeah, I could do it. I could do it. I could do it. But there's a reason why you should not so produce your own podcast. You know, I just tried to get in the game while the cost was low. Because I mean, everybody at the moment gonna be doing it or trying to be doing it, already be doing it, and they don't understand what it takes. There's levels to the shit.
Exactly.
So not until later on in the week, I would say Wednesday night, Thursday, did I understand the water situation for me, because again, I was looking for my water intake. And I was like, well, I got bottled water. I got bottled water from, like, y'all can tell me in the comments or whatever on the IG. I had bottled water sitting out in my garage since 2022. And this is 2025. What you think I did with that bottled water?
A bullshit?
Oh shit, what's wrong with it? The only thing I'm thinking to myself was the plastic. I think I read somewhere over the years, plastic gets into like some type of form, chlorine type shit gets into water bottles. But when they were saying that there were going to be water available at certain places around the communities, and the shelves of the grocery stores ran out because of water, I was like, shit, I know I got some in the I got a stash somewhere. I just don't know. And trust me, I was looking to see if there was an expiration date on old water.
Talking about practice, not a game.
That nigga's tripping.
Oh Lord. I'm sitting there looking for an expiration date on water. Bottled or not. Hey, let me ask you this. Does water expire? Because it show I didn't taste it. You know, water got a taste to it. I'm a water snob now, you can say. Water has a taste to it. Just like the first time you go in somebody's house got a smell to it. Am I lying? So it was natural for me to say, you know, how does water gonna taste? But I said, I'm finna find out, because I ain't finna drink no shit of water. I'm not fit to do that. I said, oh, it's okay. Ain't nothing wrong. So brush my teeth, wash my ass, you know, boil the pot. Those take me back to some, see, y'all don't know. Poor people know. Struggling folks know what to do without some fucking water.
That nigga's tripping.
What? I'm telling you. Now you can, young folks, if you want to see this, see the old man or the uncle, Jay Grizzy, the great Grizzo, Taking Those Shorts podcast, do Gen X shit. Here we go. So we had no heat in our house growing up, nor every once in a while the water would be out. So we heated by kerosene, a kerosene heater. tall joint. Had to put gas in it, heat up maybe 2 rooms. It would heat up maybe 100 square feet, and we live probably in a 500 square feet type of row house, the bottom floor. And if you slept in the back of the house, that heat won't get into you, and you had to lay the fuck up. All right. So when the water, and then what we did was, because we didn't have any hot water, we just had water. Okay? Hot water? What?
That nigga's tripping.
This is the I walk 80 miles in the snow to go to school story for you guys. Hot water? This was the 80s. Hot water was, man, I didn't know what hot water was until 1990. There was probably a 12-year period of my life where all water that I had heated was either put on a stove, like a kerosene stove, or it was from a community or something. It wasn't from my house. You did. No. So when this type of stuff happened, I'm like, yeah, it's an inconvenience. It is. And you always give people grace, because you got to know what perspective, what's the lens they looking at it through. You know, it is frustrating. I ain't gonna lie. It is frustrating to see grown ass people, you know, that don't have the same challenges that a lot of folks have. Because there are folks out here when it was snowing, didn't know where they were gonna lay their head. I'm not saying that they can lay their head at my house. No, I'm just talking about awareness. So folks just counting your blessings and giving thanks for what you got, and having perspective about where you is. Because folks was like, they just couldn't. I can't wash my ass. The stuff I saw online about some of the you could tell, because those are the folks who went through some hard times. Shout out to Dusty Rose.
Exactly.
Because folks was like, everybody was making jokes about people that had bad breath or never wash their ass or this, that, and the third, right? When it comes to anything that regards to water, because we know what it's like. So when shit like this happen, it's like nothing. That's like when a motherfucker get locked up. Like, I've never been locked up, but I heard enough stories for them to be like, yo, this is what we did when we needed to do this, that, and the third. When push came to shove, or shove gave up. This is what we did. And when I was hearing these stories, I was like, damn, that's some fucked up shit. And you know what some of them said to me? Yeah, it is. Don't go there. don't put yourself in a position to where you're doing that.
Exactly.
Okay? And I'm not talking about them fool games, but a Fifi, by the way. Shout out to Black Magic. We sitting outside of some comedy spot after doing a set, and Black Magic out there. Black Magic, I'd have gave Black Magic I'd say 3 or 4 invitations to do the podcast here with your boy Jay Grizzly Green. And of course, just like the true man, you know how you do when you call something, man, you know. And they're like, Black, come on, man. Anyway, Magic say, this is what you did. This is what you do when you want to get some in jail. He didn't talk about prison. I don't think he went to prison, but I don't know. That nigga. It is something about a rubber. Look, it's a rubber glove. You know, the one that you make a turkey, turkey hand, you blow in it, you flip it in and out. You flip it in, like you blowing it. Pause on all of that I just did, and you flip it in, and you do a what is that? Animatronics? What's that? What is that called when folks make animals out of paper things? Origami.
That nigga's tripping.
Shout out to the niggas locked down, man. Free everybody, except for the murderers and rapists and the child people, child predators and shit. But Black said, yo, we origami a rubber glove and fuck it, and put some Vaseline in it and we fuck it. Now you got to understand me. If you've watched enough episodes, you know me. You understand who I am. So when I hear Black Magic telling me this story, I say, "What? What? I've never been in trouble. Don't want to be in trouble. I always said I was too small to go to jail, but I'm just not that guy. I'm not, with no disrespect to folks, to gangsters and all that put in time, work, and all that. Do what you gotta do to take care of yours. A lot of them choose it knowing what the consequences of that gonna be. So I always salute people. It's different when you think you can do some shit and there's a possibility you can get away with it forever. Ever. You can't just be a professional whatever forever. I'm trying to think. Like Michael, you can't be Michael Jordan, the basketball player forever. Even Father Time catch up with you gangster ass niggas. So you can't be like that forever. But no, we origami, not we. Some men in jail or the prison origami a rubber glove and fuck it. Now, at the time when Black Magic was telling me this, I was just like, this shit is the craziest shit I've ever heard in my life. This is what? I mean, but then some distance, some respect. And you say, well, if I'm locked up, ain't no woman. I'm protecting my manhood, but I still want to get my rocks off. I can see that shit happening. I can see that happening. I'm just protecting, And so that's how some people get through stuff. Just how bad does it have to get for you to get through stuff? If you never had to go through anything bad to get through it, you will not have any type of respect or appreciation for something when that happens. I caught on to that early in life.
Exactly.
I was always paying attention, as my attention deficit as was, but there were certain things that I paid attention to. For instance, shout out to I think it was Squirt, Meatball. I hope you come back through real soon, brother. Real soon. Paris Robinson, if y'all don't know, but that's fam, man. He it's like a big brother to me, and I love you, bro. But no, I remember one time. I think I was between 10 and 13. Years old. I'm at the pool, community pool, Randolph pool, and I'm just learning how to swim, but I'm not at that level where you can throw me in the deep end. I'm I'm in the 5 feet. I could trail water. I'm, you know, and I don't know what peer pressure or whatever. Oh, once I figured out how to swim, I got on the little jumping diving board. There was 2 diving boards. There was a low diving board and a high diving board, right? I'm trying to get in the camera here. And I was the low diving board kid once I figured out how to swim. So I'm going up on the low diving board, just diving, swan diving, straight diving, and just doing a twirl. I don't know, a tumble. I said twirl. Pause, y'all. Come on, get in these comments. Catch your boy Jay Grizzly talking crazy. But once I got to that young diving board, I said, "Oh no, I got to get to that big diving board." But I'll do it when in my head. I'm saying to myself, "I'll do it when I'm ready." But there's a homie in the neighborhood named Squirt. Squirt was like, "Jay, Joe, it's time for you to get up on a goddamn big diving board." And I was like, "I don't know, man." To myself and to him, because he actually grabbed me and actually made me walk up the diving board, and like I had threw me off the diving board. I was scared of heights. I don't know. But I was like, shit, I better learn how to swim better, quickly. But I had an appreciation for folks that's put in tight situations and for them doing what they have to do. So I don't know if some of these folks, some of the residents of Richmond, Virginia, have been in those situations. I can only speak about me, so I don't pass any judgment. It's just hard for me to get there to understand, like, what you complaining about. Oh, the water. Okay, yeah. Everybody's going through the water thing. So, oh, somebody to blame. Okay, I got it. Yeah, I agree. It's 120 years, 150 years. They neglected it, but again, everybody is paying for it. So what what y'all want me to do? What y'all want? What are you saying? It's a lot of times what I like to ask young folks. What are you saying? Let's get that passion shit out and let's talk about what's going on. Well, it should have got fixed. Okay, you're right. I agree with you. It should have been fixed. Now, how do we get that to do? What do you suggest we do? Revolution. Okay. You know what that means? Because I don't know if you had enough experience to know what that means, or if you just got it from Googling some specialized school. I don't know. Because I can tell you, when I hear revolution, where I get it from, Black Panthers. First thing I think about when I hear revolution. Peace to you, Wayne. My Uncle Wayne chiming in, served this country for a long, long time. And fellow Steeler fan, all I can do, bro, is cross my fingers. Cross my fingers for tomorrow as we take on the Baltimore Ravens. But no, Black Panthers, first thing I think of. They came, if it wasn't for the Black Panthers, we would not have a school lunch anywhere in the United States. I don't know if that's even known by 10, 15% of the country, no matter where you live at. But if it wasn't for the Black Panthers, no school would have school breakfast. You might be lucky to have school lunch. Shout out to TP. It's gonna be a P outlook. I don't know. I don't know, TP. I don't know if your quarterback is playing. Folks are checking the IGs over here, ladies and gentlemen. And for the folks on IG, if you want to go to YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, all at Taking No Shorts Pod, you can share this. You ain't gotta like it. You ain't gotta comment because I see you and I appreciate you. Share this thing so it can just sprinkle out to a couple folks. Speaking of TP, now that he brought this up, I'm going to talk about the Joy Taylor thing in the next segment. So appreciate you, bro. He's an Eagles fan. They play Green Bay. I don't know if the quarterback is going to play. We play Lamar. Because the Ravens, I just call Lamar. I don't even call the rest of the Ravens because it's Lamar. He's the only one I respect on the team, you did. But no, yeah, Revolution, Black Panthers, school breakfast. And as soon as that was the community aspect of it, because I was born on the tail end of it. And Black Panthers didn't come up on my radar until I was in college. Took me 20 years to learn that there was brothers out in the West, out in Oakland in the Bay Area, doing stuff independently for us and protecting us from the brutality of the cops. Took me 20 years to know that even existed. Now add us on 20 years and some more, makes you wonder, why was that so? It is not by coincidence. That's done on purpose. So when I hear the young folks say because of the struggle in Richmond with the water, and I've seen some folks in LA all up in the governor's face, all up in the assistant mayor's face, what could you do? I don't know if they're trying to be gotcha moments, but why is this happening? What are you doing? How can they stop us wildfires from spreading? Even if it's a gotcha moment. What do you want to do? You could be mad. I get it. What do you want to do that's going to affect that? Because you could be mad all you want. But going online and saying that and pointing a finger, this is why I totally checked out of that corporate media stuff. And I don't check into the other stuff neither, that conspiracy stuff. I'm going to talk about that later. All that other, I'm a well-read dude. So, I know where I can source my information from legitimately. To me, a lot of this stuff online is for entertainment and to pull on people's emotions. So when I see folks acting out because they mad because they ain't got no water, I'm like, I get it. I should be mad too then, because how can I shave this bald head? Oh, they said, I was confused. I was like, yo, they was like, how you gonna be able to take a shower in the water, but you can't drink it? So you mean to tell me I could wash my ass with shitty water, but I'm not? What are you? It's so confusing. And the thing is that this could easily happen anytime again, at any given moment, especially when incompetent people are in place. It don't take nothing but short of God's natural hand to make a natural disaster happen for it to affect, because they're incompetent people, to kill a lot of people. So the folks that's got something to complain about, I always look at myself first and put stuff in perspective, and always know that there's, not to say that is anything to be proud of, that somebody got it bad or worse than me. Not saying that. I'm saying that I'm grateful and understand. And if there's something I can do, I'm going to do what I can do within my abilities. I don't need to go, even though I'm on a podcast live streaming right now, recording, but I'm speaking to like the I'm not adding more stuff to it. I'm like, yo, I'm trying to make people see that there's ways you can affect stuff. That's something that the algorithm don't get. Like you can affect things in a way depending on the way you do them. Is what I'm saying. IG. I'm looking over here to IG. The IG is at JGrizzo at JAYGRIZZO. I'm your host, Jay Grizzly Green, aka Mr. Leave No Meat on the Bone. This is episode 87 of Taking No Shorts podcast. I'm gonna take a quick break, because the rest of the juicy stuff is gonna be over on Taking No Shorts pod. So the IG would be at TAKINNOSHORTSPOD. But for YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, I'll still be here for you all to hear the following that's coming up in about 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. The rest of the show is going to be talking about, you know, this Matrix is ran by a dude. I'm going to tell you why. On multiple ways of the Matrix, or multiple ways of the algorithm, is run by dudes. Because all I think is the men, the people that are, and y'all know who they are, that control these platforms, they can filter out what they want to filter out. But they're all dudes. And there's a reason why you're seeing a whole bunch of misogyny, or at least I'm seeing a whole bunch of misogyny. And if y'all not seeing it, if y'all not knowing that these is some hating ass dudes out here that's got these platforms running down women, mainly black women, but just running down women in general. But then they got the nerve to sit there and be running down black women, whether they this, that, and the third. I'm gonna get into it because I ain't defending hoes. Don't get me wrong. I'm not doing that. Hoes run the gamut.
Exactly.
They ain't just black hoes. It ain't. But it all started with the Joy Taylor, Skip Bayless over at FS1 conversation. So sexual harassment suit and some allegations over there, and it's got folks talking. Then I'm in a group chat with my homeboys. I'm responding. Anyway, I'm gonna share that with y'all when I come right back here at Taking Those Shorts. 5 to 10 minutes. This is your boy Jay Grizzly Green. Holla at me. You dig? Thanks for taking the time out to listen to Taking Those Shorts podcast. We'll be right back in just a few. Make sure you like, share, subscribe anywhere where you find your favorite podcast, and make sure you leave a comment under Taking No Shorts. Yeah, honey, I know. I know. Thank you, guys. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, honey. Yeah, I'm in the studio. I'm about to go. Damn, yeah, it was only 1 or 2 pictures, and it was just cause. 10, yeah. It was 10. You counted them. Huh. Well, I liked them all because she had a fat ass. I gotta go. Love you, bye. Taking no shorts. Coming right up.
We talking about practice. Not a game. We talking about practice.
Now I gotta talk, we all gotta be quiet. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, woo, wheeling dealing, limousine riding.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
And now your host, Taking No Shorts podcast, Jay Grizzy.
The way I have to do this, y'all, it's like trying to get 3 chicks off at once. I'm like, hello, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Taking No Shorts podcast. I'm your host, Jay Grizzly Green, aka Mr. Leave No Meat on the Bone.
Exactly.
AKA the host of part 2 of Taking No Shorts podcast.
Exactly.
And AKA trying to figure out why is all these dudes got platforms online going in on females?
Exactly.
Why? What gets me there is, I should have said scroll at the bottom. My wife is home. What gets me there is what happened at FS1 early in the week. News broke, and this is not alleged. An employee, I don't even know if she's still an employee, but an employee of FS1, a sports network, filed a lawsuit against one of the personalities, host of a show, sports show called, his name is Skip Bayless, right? I'm trying to be as journalistic as I possibly can before I go. No. That's what I'm trying to do, right? But she filed a sexual harassment against Skip Bayless. She's a makeup artist, or was, or probably still is, or is a makeup artist at this place, right? So she makeup artist people that's going to be in front of the camera. I'm my own makeup artist, but I'm not going to sue myself for sexual harassment. Anyway, she's suing for X amount of dollars for whatever she alleged he did. But in that, she talks about the culture, or the lawyer that represents her talks about the culture in this place. And some names drop because folks are on the front of the camera, just like one time, I'm not going there to get off track. It wasn't a one time at band camp story, but yeah. So people, when they see these names in these lawsuits or in these legal proceedings, the public, and it's public domain now, people's like, huh? Hold on. Get the sound effect for that one. What? Is that who I think they talking about? Is that? Yeah. They talking about her or him. And the name that came up was a sister. Her name is Joy Taylor, because it came up in the suit, so and everybody knows it now. So I'm not going. It's a woman. In 2025, Joy could be the name of anybody, but also a Teddy Pendergrass song. And it was alleged in the suit that Joy Taylor, who is a personality as well, a sports host on this network, that every time she met with somebody in the office, she was always with the head dude of content, the HNIC, the boss. Not only was and then it was found out that there was a strong suspicion that she's sleeping with the boss, because it was almost on some Monica Lewinsky's type. That's a Gen X reference for you.
Exactly.
So the girl said, "You sure spending a lot of time with the boss, man, every time we link up on a business meeting. What the fuck?" And she was like, "Girl, we fuck." Allegedly. Please do not give me no cease and desist. Because I said allegedly, goddammit. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna sit there in front like a lot of these podcasters and content creators. Nigga, I do not want that type of smoke unless I'm Cam or Mace. And I got the ability to fight with that smoke. Right now, I'm episode 87, okay? And self-funded. Anyway, yeah, I can't help my heat. It's, you know what? That's almost ADHD and went off. But I got my heat on, and it's all latest technology, right? To save energy and all that. I'm almost solar, but y'all can miss me again. Y'all can miss me with the, saving. What's the cost? Okay, Mr. Solar, put solar panels on my roof. I'm green. I'm pro green. My last name is Green, so I can't be more pro green than that. Okay. But when they hit me with that cost, and then they said, "Well, you get this rebate from the government, tax rebate," I was just like, okay, but still. So again, people that want so much change, you want that change until that change starts fucking with you. make you a little hesitant before you start jumping off that porch. You see another motherfucker get scarred. Anyway, the girl stooges off and says, I think that they doing something. Things didn't work out with her, but she got a position. Strangely enough, if you watch sports, this is a guy story, because I don't think not one woman in the United States of America knows who Joy Taylor is.
Exactly.
And if you are probably swinging on that side of the fence and watch a lot of sports, okay? Or enough WNBA, okay?
Exactly.
I bet you if you ask if the country is 53 or 52% female, you ask that 52%, I bet you 2% gonna know who Joy Taylor is. They gonna think Joy Taylor is their librarian, okay? So this is a dude's story, let's be clear.
Exactly.
And it's because she's attractive. I give her that. And this is where I dovetail into, I might not even use that word right, but because I just laid it out for you. Sexual harassment. Skip Bayless is the guy, the man, who is is the main defendant in the suit, because he's married. He runs his own show, or is the producer or the host or whatever. But the makeup artist is doing his makeup thing, and he is hitting her left and right every day. To the point where she said, I got cancer, This man said, I don't care. He said,
Holy Jesus.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
that's what he said. I was looking for the other one though. Like,
Do you know who I am?
that's what it. I mean, I found a 5,000 drops before I got to Bully Ray's. Do you know who I am? And that's in essence what Skip Bayless was pulling. Do you know who I am? I'm Skip Bayless. I run this show. I do this. If it wasn't for me, you might not even have a job or a salary here. So you need to go ahead and give me that thing. And she kept saying no, And then Skip wanted it so bad, he offered 1.5 million, alleged by the plaintiff in the suit. She said she was offered 1.5 million for the box to give it up to Skip Bayless. I can't get to this shit fast enough.
A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit.
All right. Either she priced her hoo-ha, she priced it, or Skip priced it. Skip Bayless. I don't know him well enough to call him by his first name. So either she priced her pussy at 1.5 million, or he priced it at 1.5 million. I can tell you this, and I ain't nowhere in the building. Neither one, it ain't worth 1.5 billion, babe. I can't advise him. I know nobody can advise him. I mean, now I know why Stephen A. say, I'm out. Or Shannon Sharp say, I'm out. If the white man is out here paying 1.5, her profession through the lawsuit or through the reports, so taking no shorts, I'm just regurgitating what I heard or what I saw or what I read. She was a makeup artist. Mrs. Grizzly does great makeup work. So let's be clear, ladies and gentlemen. This man or she, let's be fair, I did it equally, thought that her stuff was worth, not TH worth, was worth $1.5 million. Now, that when I saw that number, I'm gonna get to Joy Taylor, trust me. So y'all just got to stick with me till I get there. But I gotta get on Skip first. Bayless. When I saw that number, I was like, hold on. I paused. Even if I was making Skip Bayless money, Skip Bayless might, and I'm not even gonna say it. I don't think Skip Bayless making enough money to pay $1.5 million for some pussy. I'm taking no shorts. I stumbled on it, but it's the second half of Taking No Shorts on the Taking No Shorts pod IG. That's a hell of a way to explain to, as a married man. If I was, I am married, not if I, but if I'm married, and let's say I'm married for a long time, Skip way older than me. Skip might be in his, I'm going to give Skip 6-1. I'm going to give Skip 6-1 or 62 years old. Because he looked like he take care of himself. He got enough, or it looked like he made enough money, or he made, for somebody of his age, like he take care of himself. But this Skip Bayless piece to the Randall, I think I saw you at a Clash, man. It was funny. It is funny. So I hope to have you. If I not met you at the class, I think I met you somewhere around town. So shout out to you. But yeah, 1.5 is that number stood out for me because even a simp not paying $1.5 million for some pussy. I just know that. I feel that in my non-simp soul. Because you know what I could. I don't want your 1.5 million, Skip, to fuck. Okay, let's pause on all that. But if I was her, I'd have took the 1.5 mil and gave you a fifi. I'd have, boy, you was a dummy. Now let's be fair. Flip it on the other side, because this is where I'm going with the argument. With this, the internet, the algorithm is a little bit misogynistic. Is let's say Skip didn't offer her 1.5. That's what she said. The lawyer, she went to the lawyer and said he sexually harassed me. He said, "How much you think your pussy worth?" That would she said, "Well, I think it's worth about 1.5. If you gonna get 20% of that or whatever, 30% of that, it's worth about 1.5. So that'll clear, and I'll get a mil. You get 500,000, I'll get a mil. Boom. That's a third. You get 30% of 1.5. That's how much my pussy worth." And she could have went into the courthouse, filed a suit, told that man anything. But she had receipts. And she had receipts mainly on Joy Taylor.
Exactly.
And I forgot the Nigerian brother name. Last name Acho. Samuel Acho. I don't know what his last name is. He always looked like a cornball to me. Him and what's the other dude name? Fat boy that Stephen A got beef with. I don't even know his name because every time it come up on my algorithm, I like block that nigga. He is so not like his Q score is so bad either on the real life or not. Like to black people, like if they see that dude's name come up, I block all his shit, his content. Anybody, I mean, first of all, anybody that's doing business with that other network, Fox, you know, even on the sports side, when Fox Sports started, I questioned everything that came out of everybody's mouth over there. But that's when I was in my heavily corporate media bubble. Like I was Ezekiel Elliott at pause on all, on everything. So yeah, 1.5 million too much for whatever the fuck y'all was trying to do. Okay. But let's say that's what was offered. That's what she's showing. Not for, but that's what she's saying she was offered. She turned it down. So I don't know. But to put other people in it because of the culture, because they ain't do nothing about it. The other people are Joy Taylor, this Acho dude. Let me do the dude first. To me, he always looked like a simp. I never, like when I watched him on TV, he was a marginal, if not for an NFL ball player, he was a marginal dude. He wasn't a total superstar, but he wasn't on the practice squad either. But if he looked like the type of dude that, for me, and this is my personal opinion, so I can have my opinion because it's my fucking podcast. Like, I would never be seeing, he would never be seeing the circle of people that I would be seeing with. And he might be like, right, yeah, you're right. And I'd be like, yeah, nigga, you right. But nevertheless, and that's not even on some hate shit, because that's what everybody say on the internet. I just never liked that dude from the first place. He always looked like a Tom to me. But Joy Taylor, who is Jason Taylor, a real NFL baller who was all pro, I think Hall of Fame, played for the Miami Dolphins, defensive end. Strangely enough, when I did my research, They both, because they brothers and sisters, by the way. They both from Pittsburgh, and I'm a Steelers fan. So it hurt my heart to say, like, damn, Joy. But every city got their peoples. Every city does. No guest tonight, Randall, because I can't offer motherfuckers to use my bathroom and shit in a bag. And just, can you imagine them walking out of my house or my studio and be like, yeah, man, I had to use your bathroom, but you ain't had no water. I couldn't take those. That is some jail type shit. Like, that's another reason why I could never get locked up, because I'm sharing. Like, I could even if I gotta put I'm thinking like I gotta put up a makeshift like shower curtain or privacy curtain while I got the bubble guts because I ate something bad in the joint. I got a bunkie, right? And I don't want him to see me, so I put up my thing. I handle my business. But damn, we got the smell. Nah, I don't do that. So that's why I ain't got no guests. It's just me winging it. It's usually not like this. But by the time I finish cutting this shit up, my nigga, this shit gonna look like $1 million. So I hope I have you as a guest. But the thing with the Joy Taylor allegations was she was having a sexual relationship with the head of content of FS1, and she was having. Then she got a better position. Then she got a gig with Acho and got a better position. So in essence, they're saying she slept her way to the top. She also worked with Colin Cowherd, who's a personality on the network, but somehow he was just like, he was probably like me. He was just like, I see what the play is right here. I'm all right. I'm good. That's not even, all of that is not what the story for me at Taking No Shorts part. The story is folks calling, they really criticizing Joy Taylor for her alleged behavior. Nobody's saying anything to the men, by the way. You know, I just tried to get on Skip Bayless. Cause nigga, you offering $1.5 million for something that
Exactly.
what? When you first read it, you like, yeah, he just offered some money for some sex. But the amount, $1.5 million over. Did you say they ain't say? Was it something more specific? Was it over a certain amount of time? Was it like a 3-year? You get 3 payments. We fuck for 3 times for 1.5. And by the time of the 3rd or 4th or 5th fuck, you'll clear 1.5. I mean, you are. Like Skip will say,
I'm a man. I'm 40.
couldn't have been me. Even if I was touching that type of bread. I'm going to do Skip Bayless first, and then again, I'm going to get back to Joy Taylor. Let's call out the man first. You're in a position, whether you work for it, earned it, was given, you're in a position of power, influence, and the ability to control, make people better, high and fire type situation. With that comes responsibility of making sure you put out a good product, but you're doing right. Again, I go back to I talked about earlier. It's just a matter of people doing right, doing wrong. If you're doing wrong, you're just a dirtbag. And I always knew he was, in my personal opinion, because you in some way or shape or form, You to get to that type of level, you've got the dirt. You've dirtbagged someone. You just couldn't get through it clean. Nobody gets through it clean, I don't believe. Even me, if Jay Grizzly Green and Taking No Shorts podcast got picked up by some big podcasting network and got heavily produced and all that, trust me, I didn't get through it clean. I probably tried to. I can tell you that. I ain't just purposely fuck nobody over on purpose. I probably tried to, but just when it come between me and you, gotta keep this water on in Richmond, Virginia. I mean, that's just between me and you. So this Skip, you a whole man. I'm not even talking about because you're married. I'm gonna talk about first. You offer 1.5 to fuck somebody on the job that was doing your makeup. You don't shit where you eat. If you didn't know that by now, or if some people was letting you get away with that by now, you still a sucker.
I respect you,
Booker man.
No, I don't. I don't respect you, Booker man.
Exactly.
I wanted to hit the exactly for that. You're a whole bitch ass. Allegedly, if this is true. She could be lying. Who knows? I wasn't there. So I like to be fair to everybody. If it's false, whatever punishment, whatever he deserves his name to be clean. Like I always think, like if somebody made a false accusation, the same way you made the accusation is the same way you need to make the apology. The same way you put my name out in these streets is the same way you need to go out in these streets and say the opposite. Period. In the store.
Exactly.
That's what I think. That's what I believe. Because it ain't right. Now you give it up to the people for them to decide, but keep that. That's what they're saying. Keep that same energy. My wife said that to me one time, and I knew she was dead ass serious. She was like, "No, then keep that same energy." I was like, "What?" But Miss Joy Taylor, they is eating your ass up online. They is calling you. Use a home. Use a home. Use a home. I'm gonna go to bat for you first of all, because you. I'm gonna try to go to bat for you. That's what. Let me be clear. I'm not gonna call the way back for you, because I mean, if you told homegirl, girl, we just fuck. I'm just fucking him just so I can get to the next gig. That's why these men are out here going so hard and being woman hateful human beings on y'all because of women like you. You don't make it easy, Joy. You don't. For women out here that's doing everything the way a woman, a stand-up sister is supposed to do. But if the circumstances require you to get the job by doing, the Donald Trump dance, let me look at the camera, because I looked over there, that shit look funny. When I go through that, that's the type of shit that gets me. I'm funny because I've seen a lot of men be like, she a hoe, she a hoe, she a hoe, she a hoe, she a hoe. And I'm like, yo, stop. Why is she a hoe for trying to get ahead? If that's what if she couldn't get ahead by no other means. Now, the argument was she didn't have some of the credentials. Like, it's a merit thing. And I'm going to try to slow this down. It's hard to argue shit on merit when you that high up in any profession, because I believe It's not what you know and what you do, it's who you know. And in some cases, who you do. And if it's between adults and it ain't hurt nobody, if somebody said, I could have got that job Joy got, but she got it, because I can see that. If the makeup artist was saying, I was going for the hosting job on Colin Cowherd, but I didn't get it because Joy over there, I did it again. But I'm saying, right? That's one thing. But ain't nobody coming out there saying nothing else. This remains to be seen. So, to me, the bigger question is why is it bothersome enough to a lot of men in the algorithm I get? And it makes me question what fucking algorithm I'm in. The misogynist algorithm? I'm not. Get me the fuck out of that. I check me out of that box. Raised by a whole bunch of women, strong, black. But straight as an arrow. So some folks will say, well, you got to say that. But because, I mean, people get stuff confused. And it all boils down to what I said earlier in the podcast. Just be a good human being. There's right and there's wrong. Now, my right and your right might be the wrong rights. That's where we get but there's wrongs. There's just flat out, that's wrong. Insurance companies cutting off people in the middle of a disaster, flat out wrong. If that's something you can argue yourself to make right, me and you not the same. If you sit there and throw Joy Taylor up under a bus because she was screwing the head dude to get where she had to go, again, I gave you my argument for I can't throw her under the bus. Because if I was the head dude, who's out there claiming? That's just like, I'm not going. This is not even a political argument I'm fitting to make. I'm just using a issue. They always say like there's immigrants taking jobs from hardworking Americans. Always call
a bullshit, a bullshit, a bullshit
on that because I remember I had to replace my roof about 5-10 years ago, right? 5 years ago. And it was not longer than that. And when I was looking for roofers that was going to give me the price my price point and the value and the quality that I was looking for, every single one of them was a minority. There was one majority, and the majority is probably saying you got a shitty roof. No, I didn't. It was competitive and fair, in my opinion. It's just not leaking now. So nobody's doing those jobs, is what I'm saying. Is like, especially those hard labor jobs where they're out in the field picking fruit or the meat packing plants and shit like that. And it's not to besmirch any group that's doing that, but they say folks are taking those jobs. But I bet you, and this is probably going to happen, one sector of the U.S. workforce is going to be hurting because they're going to they're rounding folks up. I hate to use that phrase, but that's probably what's going to happen. I would love to see in the next quarter, 3 months, who's lining up to fill those jobs. That's
a bullshit.
You're not doing it. So y'all can miss me with that bullshit. So that's the argument with the Joy Taylor thing. So what? She's fucking the boss. If she's fucking the boss, she's smart enough, she got her job. Now, if somebody said, I didn't get the job because she's fucking the boss, Now you got me. You mad that she was playing the game like Triple H say, time to play the game. Or I'm get that's a respect you, Booker man. There it is.
I'm talking about.
I'm not gonna get none of this right. If you want to be a intern producer for Taking No Shorts podcast, hit me up at jgreenradio@gmail.com. Okay. Yeah. So you're mad at her opportunity or her ability to. So let's take it. So I think I've argued rightfully so. I have nobody else to argue else with me unless they're in the comments and I'm missing them. But you mean to tell me men is mad that a chick fucked her way to the top? Why? Did she take you out of your job? Did you miss opportunity? Jason Whitlock, that's his name. He said some Skip Bayless shit. He was like, "Oh, I seen her in the office before, and I saw her hoo-has, and I ain't mess with it because I know what I'd have did with it." Like, nigga, ain't nobody checking for you, dude. You own some. You're a weirdo, bro. You're a total weirdo. Ain't nobody checking for you. So, and only certain people. I mean, I hate to say certain, but real motherfuckers know whack people. You can tip it. Look. There was a time in my life where you could have said, "Jay Grizzly, you whack as shit," and I'd be like, "You know what? You got a point." But I'm not gonna sit there and try to make myself unwhack for you. Just embrace your shit. You a whack motherfucker. It probably she wouldn't have fucked you for $3.5 million if you offered it. Or if you was mad. I mean, so what are we? Hold on.
I'm talking about practice, not a game. We talking about practice.
What are we talking about, Jason?
Not a game.
You're stupid ass. So the men that's up here on the internet that's got platforms like this or that, or making social media videos and reels and posts and all that. Like, what is you really mad about? The group chat. I can't reveal it because it's the group chat. But the group chat was like, homeboy was like, "She all right." And I knew exactly when I saw it. I knew exactly where he was coming from. I was just like, yeah, she was all right. Like, ain't nobody tripping off of that shit. And then I put something up underneath it to kind of like, but see, I wasn't reading. You know, if you do that, this is one-off. Need to do this.
I'm talking about.
That nigga's tripping.
Yeah. So you ever be in a group chat or any type of group chat, but the main or the homie group chat, and before you responding, but you're not reading what's up under it before it. So that's what happened today. And of course, there's one motherfucker. That's you, CP. You a bitch ass hoe ass nigga. First of all and foremost.
Exactly.
Joy Taylor would never fuck you. Okay? Let's be clear on that too. So you would be in that category. There's a lot of motherfucking men I know that would be in that category. Not to say that I would, but what I won't do is sit there and point fingers at her. Because we don't know where her situation was. She might have been the best. There's some people that's gonna see this shit and be like, "Yo, stop doing that. Stop." Because there are women out here that do that. But I said it in a post, it ain't tricking if you got it, guys. That's just been, my middle son is a big fan of sugar free out in Pomona, California. I hope Pomona is not. I think it's close to Riverside, but it's not in the area of the But sugar free a real one, and he that's how. Again, I was talking about earlier how your son's gonna be all right. When my son started looking at sugar free, I say, "Oh, you straight."
Exactly.
I say, "You're gonna be all right." Not worried about you. I know I gave you the game enough to know that you're gonna see what it is. Stop all the hating. Man or woman. Stop all the hating. Get out. A whole nother person put that lady's name in a lawsuit for what? This is my trying to wrap my head around it. Somebody educate me. How is the C motherfucker put me, a A and B person, in a conversation, or A B motherfucker put me in a C conversation? The lawsuit between you and Skip. So why you got to talk about me? This is the shit I don't get. Regardless if I was doing whatever I was doing, I'm curious to know, just so I can know how that game play out, because that's a game that's being done. I ain't paying $1.5 million to do nothing for nobody, short of my kids and my wife. I'm not paying $1.5 million for no sex with a woman. I don't give a fuck if that shit lined with gold, got the pick 3, the rainbow of gold. It's got the Mega Millions. I don't give a fuck how pretty you is. You ain't gonna get me out of $1.5 million. The fuck. Even if I got it to give you, that's my point. It's like, if I got it to give you, why would I do that? Who is doing that? And I know folks are saying out here in the world, that's because you ain't touching bread like that. Even if I was touching bread like that, I swear for Jesus, if I was making the oligarchs money, right? 1.5 million to get some put. Man, y'all got me all the way fucked up. I can tell you that right now.
Exactly.
So that's why I'm arguing for Joy and not for Skip Bayless. George is out there trying to get to a bag. And y'all mad at that? Men, especially? Women, I get the jealousy. I get that. But men are out here talking about, well, that's why her, and I saw, I was making some money today, and it came across my timeline algorithm, Melissa Ford's thingamajig, and a dude had these response videos. This nigga put out a response video to Melissa Ford's podcast and saying, you see, this is why they hoes. Nick. Who needs to be explaining that shit? Who needs that shit? If y'all giving these type of cats, man or woman, likes, views, and subscriptions and Patreon money and all that, I'm sitting here to tell you there's a better way you can get it. I'll let your boy at Taking No Shorts Pod, at Jay Grizzo, at Jay Green on Facebook, all streaming platforms and audio platforms. Ain't nobody doing that. You a sucker, Nick. Yeah, I don't know. That's where I'm finna go and wrapping up. If I can get my mouse to get this back. Let me hide that. Because again, I'm gonna do a Gen Xer thing right here. Y'all remember when there was telephones? You had to call. You had to make a long distance call. That means that phone call or that call went to a phone company. That phone company facilitated that phone call. That's what the internet and social media and this. Oh, damn! I kicked my shit. But that's what this algorithm is. You putting out information. I'm putting out this image. They control who sees this image. They're allowing me to put out this image. They are or disinformation or disseminate. They giving me the avenue to give y'all this, right? So it's got to go through something for y'all to get it. If it for it to end up on your plate, they chefing it up. CHEF. All depends on who's the chef. All depends on who's the person that says, let that through, don't let that through. Let that through, don't let that through. And it ain't but a couple of cats that is really affecting what they can let through. Perfect example, that guy that owns that other channel shut down somebody because somebody was calling him out. He was like, he blocked their whole shit. He could do that to anybody, whenever he wants to. Perfect example of what I'm about to say. Why are some men, I'm not saying all, make sure I get this right. Is the algorithm, it's not. It is misogynistic, but the reason it is because it's run by men. You can tell. The internet is not, the algorithm is not run by a woman. Or women are not in control of disseminating what goes out. You can tell because I see the shit that they doing to Joy Taylor because she just fucking for a bag. Y'all gonna say I'm a trick, but no, I just call it, I call balls and strikes. Y'all just mad because y'all can't throw balls or strikes. That's what I'm saying. That's my point. I don't get into the minutia of who she is. Are you throwing balls or are you throwing strikes, nigga? And if you can't throw at all, don't be mad about that. Matter of fact, don't even try to play. Don't even try to call next. Like, move. Fuck out the way. And that's what I'm seeing a lot in these content creators and podcasts by men, heavily produced. Kevin Samuels was one of the first ones that started it all. I'm not going to sit here and take phone calls from mainly women. My co-host B, shout out to B, when he said that, he could be like, yo, because he swell up and down on Kevin Samuels. Like, he got a shrine to that nigga. Pause. But I'm like, yo, I'm not sitting here taking calls or getting, FaceTime with 80% women, and then when they tell me they circumstances, I'm sitting there shitting on. Like, the fuck are you doing that for? What's that accomplishing? How is that raising them up? Then that takes me to what my homie Big Brother Joe Almighty, he out there checking out. I think Joe is at episode 85 or 86. I got the episodes messed up a couple weeks ago because of the holiday, so forgive me. But he sent me something, and it had something to do with the black man being taken out of the home, welfare, child support back in the 60s, or back when they had the, not the New Deal, but the Great Society with Lyndon Johnson. Like, there was efforts done purposely to take the black man out the home, to make the black woman feel like she was independent or dependent on the government. And I told him I'll talk about it when he come on the podcast. But he has a point there. There's a point to be made there. Because black women, sometimes y'all think y'all can run shit. Because y'all been empowered to run shit. And the black man has not. I'll save that for another show. But let me defend my sister, Joy Taylor, though. Hey, Joy, I know you're going through some hard times right now. Don't let them haters fuck with you. Your boy, Jay Grizzly Gray, a.k.a. Mr. Leave No Meat on the Bone. I see what you was doing. I wouldn't have, if I was suing somebody else, I wouldn't have thrown your name on the goddamn suit anyway. All you need to do is make sure you do your shit more cleaner. You was doing too much. You can't fuck the head nigga, the boss, then step down, fuck the next nigga to get on another show. Like you was doing too much. And for that I'll call you out on, because you was almost in that Nene Leaks, like who gonna check me, boo. And niggas gonna check you at that point. And that's where they getting you at. Fucking the nerdy white boy to get the job, one thing. But then you got the other job. Like, and then they said, I saw they pronouns, I'm sorry guys. I didn't know you were married to Earl Watson, UCLA NBA ball player. I as a fan, just as a basketball person, I was like, Earl Watson, he was a decent player, coach now. And he might have met you on some straight up and down shit. But when you marry an NBA ball player, you know what you signing up for. So I don't know, Joy. I can tell you this. I wouldn't have thrown you out, but I wouldn't have wifed you neither.
Exactly.
And for that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up Taking No Shorts Pod, episode 87. Shout out to my cousin Tootie. She let me know about 15 minutes in y'all was getting a lot of echo. I'm gonna clean that up. I am so sorry. This is self-produced by me here at the fine confines of Taking No Shorts podcast offices. I promise you guys I will do better. But if I promise you guys I will do better, I would ask you guys to share the podcast. Tell a friend, one person today. Hey, have you seen it? Just an RVA. Let's start here and then grow it out. Like here and out, here and out. They even talk about men that can't talk with their hands. I saw Corey Holcomb. It's like this nigga talk with his hands. Like I'm not part of whatever society he say. The Backdoorian side of the game is what he called it. Nah, don't touch my gangster. But this is how I talk. My wife is, she nigga, why you always? Let's find out. Yeah, every Friday around this time, you can catch the live stream at the following streaming channels: YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, all at Taking No Shorts Pod. That's spelled TAKINNOSHORTSPOD. Also, when I catch up on the audio, you can catch the audio streams. I think I'm all the way up to 68, and here I am at 87. So I'm behind putting out editing the the audio, but the audio can be found at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Amazon Music, amongst anywhere where you find your podcast. Favorite, by the way. If you search the hashtag or just search Taking No Shorts Pod, I can be Googled. Yes. For the IG, that's at Jay Grizzo. That's JAYGRIZZO, and that Taking No Shorts Pod. I'd like to thank myself for putting tonight's episode together without water for guests. Next week, I think I'm not even going to spoil it for the next couple of weeks because I got some great episodes for you guys. A couple of comedians, a couple of buddies of mine that will help bring some entertainment and some levity to your Gen X algorithm. But I am your host, Jay Grizzly Green. Peace and love. And I'm out.
We talking about practice. Not a game, not a game, not a game. We talking about practice.
Now I gotta talk, we all gotta be quiet. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kid stealing, woo, wheeling dealing, limousine riding.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
And now your host, Taking No Shorts podcast, Jay Grizzly.